Today, we dive face first into sandwich insanity.
This meatloaf sandwich is so good, can't even begin to describe it. This may be one of the best sandwiches I've ever made. It doesn't look pretty. It's good.
You're gonna learn how to do it right now on 999 Things to Cook. We start with our meatloaf. In a bowl, ground chuck, kosher salt, fresh black pepper, diced white onion, some finely minced celery, garlic, 1 minced jalapeno, ancho chili powder, some white pepper, Italian herb blend, a good amount of Worcestershire sauce, some eggs, Parmesan cheese, and lastly, some breadcrumbs. Mash it all up by hand very well. No need to be pretty about this. Cover with plastic wrap and into the fridge for an hour or more. In the meantime, a pan with some butter. In goes a whole sliced yellow onion. Cook it down for a while on medium heat until they get brown and caramelized. When they are looking nice and rich, hit them with some salt and pepper. Next, we take a little butter and throw in some sliced white mushrooms. When the mushrooms start to darken slightly, pile the pan high with spinach. Let it wilt down a bit and then mix together. After a lot of the moisture has been cooked out, hit it with some salt and pepper. Then add some garlic. Pour in some heavy cream, a little white pepper, of course. Turn the heat down to low and let simmer for a while to let a lot of the water evaporate out of the pan. About 15 minutes later, we add our secret weapon, better than bouillon chicken base. Once the pan is very well reduced, add a good amount of some grated Parmesan cheese. It will thicken as it cools, so take it off the heat and set it aside for later. Back to the meatloaf. While a normal person would take a meatloaf and just slice it off for a sandwich, we are making a meatloaf into a sandwich. Find something to mold the loaf and pack the mixture into it. Spray it very well with non-stick spray, or you will be so sorry that you didn't. Wrap it up and refrigerate it for a while so that it holds its shape. 30 minutes later, flip the meatloaf out of the mold. I've got a hot pan here. I want to just slightly sear the bottom of it. I do this just to be safe. Then transfer onto a rack and put into a 350-degree oven. Freeze frame. Notice there is no pan going into the oven. Meatloaf should never, ever, under any circumstances, be cooked in a pan. No meatloaf pans allowed in the kitchen. I know they make special meatloaf pans for you to waste your money on, but never, ever, ever, ever in a pan. Okay? Good. About 20 minutes later, the meatloaf has some color on it. This is where we put a probe in it so that you can remove it from the oven at 140 and it will be absolutely moist and juicy. When it hits 140 degrees, it comes out of the oven. Sorry, food safety experts, but 155 will surely dry the f out of our meatloaf, so go preach the 155 thing to someone who cares. And I know what you're thinking. Where's the glaze? No need for glaze this time. Trust me on this one. Time to size up a bun. I cut the ends off a very nice loaf of bread. Those will be garlic bread tomorrow. I cut it down to fit the meatloaf perfectly. Then toast the insides of the bun with some butter in a pan. Press down to get a nice even toast on it. Look at the color on that. Time to build our masterpiece. Caramelized onions go on the bottom. Yes, this will be messy, but awesome. Then our custom meatloaf gets placed on with the respect it deserves. and a generous amount of the cream, spinach, and mushrooms goes on top. Oh yeah, man. And just look at that.